Well, you're the mistress pushing all the buttons. You ought to have this stuff down.
Look, I'm
good
not.
at hit.
I am not the fastest typer.
You're about 10 times faster than I am. I can type 15 words a minute. They'll be misspelled, but I can do it that fast.
I can't spell for shit, and everyone knows it.
I can't even do speech to text on my phone. It screws it up.
See, we already got our thing up there.
Okay.
Lovely picture. One of our stories. That one can close, and we go over here to this one. Close the goddamn ad for the upteenth fucking time. Why won't it let me close the goddamn ad?
It's mad at you.
It won't let me close the goddamn ad. Go to it, you bastard. There we go. And then it goes to a fucking ad. I'm already going fucking Irish. What the fuck? Alright, so our first story. Oh, by the way, hello, I'm Acronite. Also known as Brianna. Vic. Vic's hat.
Yeah, she jacked it. Oh, my. I didn't think payphones were a thing anymore. And, you know, I remember the old grody, you know, stainless steel cord and...
I am sorry for anyone who saw my screen, my home screen on that.
Why?
Because it has some cursed pictures on it.
Yeah, well.
Whoopsie. Moving right along.
I mean, those look really nice. Backlit.
I know, right?
I know my cell phone went down the other day, and yeah, I was lost because we have no dispatch where I work. We do everything over the phone, and okay, I'm done here. You know, I know we got this load and this load. Which way do you want me to go? Type stuff. So I just had to wing it all day long.
I mean...
It just showed me how much we rely on our cell phones. And I was honestly looking every town I went through for a payphone.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, there are a few payphones in Kansas still.
Where?
They just recently got rid of, like, one up on, I want to say 11th Street, but I know for the longest time they used to have one up on the Quick Shop on 4th and Plum, the Pick Quick.
There used to be one at every Quick Shop.
Well, duh, but I mean... But no, nowadays, it's everybody has a cell phone, so why the fuck not, right?
Yeah, well...
But now I remember having to use the 1-800-COLLECT on them. God, my parents were so pissed at me one day because I kept doing that to get a ride home, and they'd always answer it until they got the bill. Turns out,
you know, years ago, if you dropped the coins in and recorded the tones, all you had to do was hold it up to the phone and play the tones, and you had free phone calls.
I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess. I mean, I just figured you drilled a hole in a quarter and put a string around it, you know?
No, you couldn't do that because it changes the weight of the quarter. And now maybe the really, really old ones you could, but my generation, yeah, I'm old, bite me, shut up. But you just took a little tape recorder and recorded the tones as the coins fell in, and then played it back to the phone. And
Well, that was back in the day when they had an actual fucking operator listening for it.
well, yeah.
Back when party lines were still a thing.
Hey, we had one of them. The neighbors got pissed because our phone rang so much.
It's a party over there. Oh. All right. It's a nice icebreaker there. Pope Francis shows secret recipe for a bad knee. A shot of tequila.
Well, the Catholics, we like to drink.
What do you mean we?
I was actually baptized Catholic. I went through catechism and all that.
Well, that explains a lot about your brother. Was
No.
that before or after he went to priest training?
Oh, long before. Oh, boy.
To hell we go.
Oh, yeah. My name's at the top of the list. Wow.
Yeah. After some of the shit I looked up today to find some reference material, pictures, oh my god. I was looking at this horribly graphic stuff, looking for reference material for, let's call it an artistic interpretation of an idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there for like 2 hours going through all this different, and basically it's classified as gore.
Okay.
Not porn. It's just gore.
Yeah.
And oh my god, I sat there about an hour and a half in, I'm like, I have not found anything that I find actually cursed or disturbing to look at. Mind you, some of the
Does
shit
that just mean you're sick and twisted, or?
probably. I'm so fucking desensitized to some of the most fucked up shit.
Well,
It's a miracle I have a filter at all saying, okay, that's too cursed for the public.
Well, I dealt with it, why can't they?
Right, I mean, some of it was reminiscent of the Nebraskan cheese cutter incident.
Yeah.
But,
Well, trust me, running wrecker, yeah, you get to see some, and it's like, okay, another dead body, whatever.
right, I still don't know how the fuck I found that police documentations of murder scenes or victims, whatnot. But, oh my god. And what's worse is I just stared at it blankly, indifferent. I worry about myself some days. Anyway, moving on. So, the Pope is alcoholic, like we're ones to talk.
Yeah, well, okay. Hey, but a shot of tequila makes all the pain go away. It might take 2 or 3, but, hey. Oh, my lord.
Now we get to cover the infamous thing. Okay, so I live in a small town close to Hutchison, like within 10-15 minutes. Shuddy. Trying not to dox myself too badly.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, so this is like this is in my back door. Back door. Woo! Wrong word, wrong meaning. This is my backyard. That is what I meant to say. This is right in my backyard.
This is one of our customers.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah.
So the initial news story, I'll scroll down for a moment, and anyone who wants to read it can, but
Go through it a little bit.
All it says is it's a guy by the name of Andrew Peterson, was 24, and basically they found that he had detailed plans to commit mass violence. I love that phrasing. Commit mass violence, like...
Yeah, no. For once, they actually did something.
I know,
before
right?
they got, bullets flying. But, I mean, come on. A security company hired this guy. And everybody knew he was a whack job.
Well, the great thing about this is that explains why they didn't release where he worked. Because if a security company is hiring people that are going to go in and commit domestic terrorism. 'Cause I don't know any of the details.
Well,
You've got better odds.
yeah, it was bad. Let's put it this way. If I would have been there and he would have went off, I would have been involved. Because, well, you know, I'm old. I don't like to fist fight. I'm going to shoot you. I'm not going to fight you anymore. Fuck it.
Well, then you would have been praised as a hero.
Yeah, right. I'm no hero.
Well, you shot a terrorist.
That ain't heroic. That's just helping everybody else out. That's saving them.
Yeah.
Don't care. You know, you
But
want
they
to
didn't
commit
get killed
violence,
because-
I can stop you. I'm going to.
And they say guns are bad.
No, it's not the gun. It's the person wielding it. And by the way, that's a weapon, not a gun. This is my rifle. This is my gun.
I mean, you ask a modern day feminist, same thing.
Oh, we're going to get booted.
God, I hope not. Anywho.
But yeah, and everybody there, they were like, yeah, we was all told to watch out for him because he's not a few bricks shy. He was missing several pallets of brick shy of a load. But, you know who turned him in?
Your boss?
No, his mom.
Ha! I mean, he's like, fucking 24 years old, fat fuck virgin, you can't get a goddamn job and keep it. And you want this in my house? Oh, hell nah.
Well, I'm curious if I was on the list.
Yeah, good question.
Because, yeah.
I bet you he was the one person he'd look at you, point the gun away, and just keep going. Like,
I'm not that scary.
no, you're actually very friendly. You like to make people laugh.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you got a little bit of an intense personality at times.
If I can make somebody laugh, it just makes my day.
You're like my boyfriend's dick. Sometimes it's a bit much to swallow.
Alrighty then. Oh hell.
I love making that joke because I know full well he's at a paintball match right now.
Will he come back and watch this later?
I hope so, but I doubt it.
Oh.
Like, he only found out 3 days ago that his mama was on our chat with us. And that was over 2 weeks ago. I was like, well, if you would have paid attention. Show interest in your girlfriend, come on.
Yeah, I mean, we put ourselves out there to the world. I mean, we're a little bit nuts, but, hey, whatever.
But no, I honestly think, he probably would have given you the fucking candy bar, Oh, wait, I got that a little bit backwards, didn't I?
No, he was... Well, I come in, and it was like 5 times. I was just making laps, moving trailers and stuff, so I was in there about every 15, 20 minutes. After the 5th time he comes out, what's your name? All right, I started to get mad.
Now,
What? Are we getting attacked? Nobody knows us. Why would somebody attack us?
don't know who you are exactly, but you just went on timeout.
Time out. Shit. Normally I don't believe in blocking people, but you're gonna put shit like that on our stream?
But yeah, it's
Piss
like,
off.
I think I deleted that. I think so.
Is there any way to track that?
No, I put them on timeout at least, and there is that.
Laugh at my name, everyone.
Yeah, that's their name.
That's disturbing. Bye-bye, see you later, fuck off.
I'm
You know, I would expect this if, we had 10,000 or so followers. But, come on, we're nobodies. Why would they want to screw with us?
I don't know, because I posted a thing to one of my chat people groups, and some of them there are, like us, very fucked up people.
Yeah, but I don't...
I don't approve of that message specifically.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's... Yeah. I mean, I say and do disturbing stuff, but that's just sick and disgusting.
Just like your brother.
Well, which one?
You know which one.
You mean the one I'm going to die or go to prison for?
You're not going to go to prison for him. You're going to go to prison for what you do to him.
Yeah, probably.
So anything else on this guy?
No, he's a scumbag. I'm just glad they actually did something.
Right.
It wouldn't be the gun's fault. That dude was a whack job. And now we go, yeah, oh my lord. Sometimes laws get so redonkulous.
Oh, it's worse than you think.
Okay.
So, I read through this article ahead of time. The law states, for their little thing, that the dogs can bark as much as they want inside the house, but once they go outside, they've got a 15-minute cap. If they bark a second longer than 15 minutes, they can take the dog away and find the owner.
Yeah, try and take my dogs. See what happens.
I mean, I met your dogs. They weigh more than I do. And I'm not skinny.
Well, it's just a Dane and a Mastiff. I mean, I lived on a farm, come on, I wanted something that would scare people away, and just did a time or two.
Well, I mean, I have a gigantic animatronic butler that did the job for me.
Yeah, but when it's pitch black out, there's 1 yard light, and you hear this doo-doop, 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 and it keeps getting closer, and you know it's coming from a certain direction, and you take off running, but you can't see it. He went right through the window of his pickup, jumped inside, rolled that window up, fired his truck up, and took off.
I mean, I had someone break into my house that was... I don't know exactly how bad off they were, but I know from the huge-ass blood trail, and from talking to the neighbors who were, because I went over to borrow their cop. And I did too. I knocked on the door. I go, "Excuse me, if you by chance can spare it, I need to borrow a cup of your cop." Yeah.
No, we're not demented. We need to borrow a... Yeah. Okay.
But no, it was like they broke into the house. There was a pool of blood on my porch. Handprints on my door. Puddle of blood in my house, and a trail that led directly to my bedroom. And on the inside of my bedroom door, there was another puddle. And on the opposite side of the room is my animatronic butler.
Yeah.
Which stands 6'2" because it was on a cinder block at the time. And
oh shit!
Pretty much. And I gotta tell you, anyone who has seen that thing when you're not expecting it, it will scare the shit out of you.
Yeah.
But the only door that was shut on the way out was my bedroom door. And they went through 3 doors to get into my room.
Yeah.
So Ed did his job.
Well, yeah.
Good times.
But I mean, I guess you can get a bark collar for them, but damn.
Sarah's not here. I'll go ahead and save that one story.
Okay.
And yeah, you can get a bark collar, but...
Yeah, but, I mean, this goes beyond ridiculous. That's why I said redonkulous. Because this law is so asinine.
It's a good thing we took an extra shot before streaming, huh?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
I like to call it a chocolate banana split.
Yeah.
Because it was 99 bananas and this like weird red wine chocolate.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, they're real good. Now this one was badass. Alright, and don't get me wrong, it was a tragedy.
Yeah, on several different levels.
And there shouldn't have been as much ball droppage. Like, there is less ball droppage.
Was there any balls on any of them cops?
Just interrupt my joke. I see how you are.
No, I'm sorry. It just pisses me off.
There's more ball droppage at a orphanarium full of teenagers than there were on that fucking day. Or less than, you know what I mean. I fucked up the joke because I got interrupted. That's exactly how I'm going to say that. I'm going to blame you.
Yeah, well, my birth certificate is proof of guilt.
But...
You know, yeah, but, I mean, her mom or dad, she learned this somewhere.
Yeah, you don't innately have that, but the shooting event was horrible, and my heart goes out to the families. They really do.
I want to hear the investigation and stuff. That way we can talk more about it.
Right. But right now I want to focus on this story because this is just fucking epic.
This is survivor shit right here.
Right.
Real life.
I mean, don't get me wrong. This girl's going to be emotionally scarred for life.
Yeah.
But they're talking about, she survived the shooting at the elementary. First off, who the fuck shoots up an elementary?
Soft targets. Gun-free zones. Where do most mass shootings happen?
I mean, you think about it, though. They get at least +2 on their armor class because they're half height.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, but I mean, okay, Columbine I can understand. This guy, I don't get. What these little elementary kids do to you? They did nothing. You were 18 years old. Now, I can understand if you went up and shot a high school. The bullies that picked on you and you tripped out and lost your mind. Okay, I can kind of... But why would you go to a grade school? I mean, were the grade schoolers bullying you? If they were, you're a bitch.
But, oh my god. I mean, it could have been the teachers. Don't add that, because I gotta tell you, I've had a lot of teachers harass me growing up.
Well, yeah, it could have been. Maybe he had a bone to pick with a teacher or two. That's why we got to wait for the investigation. I mean, I have my ideas. One of the things is the 40 minutes it took them to go in. Grab a shotgun and a slug, you can open any door.
Yeah, but what I was getting at is, like, in high school, for example, there was an ordeal where someone accused me of something I didn't do. Very serious accusation. And when the guidance counselor pulled me into his office, started sitting there telling me how wrong I am and how I fucked up, and I'm like, can I tell my side of the story? He ignores it, continues talking, and I kind of cut him off because he basically told me to fuck off with, not acknowledging it.
Yeah.
And I started telling my story, and he goes, no, shut up. You're going to defend yourself, and that is not what I want you to do. Period.
No, if you didn't do something, you defend yourself.
You're not allowed to defend yourself, was his mentality.
No, fuck you. I'm out. See you. Fuck off. I'm going home.
I mean,
That's what I would have done.
I mean, that was a
I mean,
good.
I've done that.
That's a good 45-minute drive. Well, no, it's more like 15-minute drive, but still, it's a ways out there. That's highway time, but no, I mean, it's just. And then 2 years later, when my cousin graduated from the high school, he was getting the Counselor of the Year of the State award. It took everything in my power not to go up on stage and just beat the shit out of that dude. So I can kind of get the wanting to shoot a teacher.
Yeah. I've had some
Don't take that out of
too.
context. I don't mean that. I get the frustration behind it.
Yeah.
Be clear.
Well,
Yay, watching
I think
my own ass.
the counselors are... Because, see, me and my little brother, we're 7 years apart. Well, one of my brothers. And we moved around a lot growing up. Well, the counselor, he come in with my little brother and was dragging him by his shirt. Well, my little brother had been picked on, so, I mean, he was fighting back.
Right.
He was kicking him in the shins and everything, and I'm sitting in detention. And he grabs him by the shoulders and bangs his head against the wall. And I stood up and I said, "Hey, leave my little brother alone. He's not your brother. You don't have the last name." I said, "Look, if you don't get your hands off my little fucking brother right now, I'm going to beat your ass." And it was already well known that I would fight at the drop of a hat, and I just carried my hat around going, "Want him, want him, want him," at the time. And, well, he got mad and he's like, "Well, we'll just see about that. You threatened me." I said, "Yeah, I did. Because you were pounding on my little brother. Fuck you." I was mouthy. Well, the funny thing was they called our parents. And my mom's a no BS gal. And
Yeah, I met your mom.
my stepdad at the time was, had a bit of a tude. Ex-Golden Gloves, I mean, he was kind of a badass. And we all went in. I got expelled. So we go in a couple of days later, and Dad's like, "Well, where is this counselor?" "Oh, well, he's up in his office." Dad goes, "Get him down here. I want to hear his side of the story. I've heard the kid's side, but I want to hear his." He's like, "Well, your kid threatened him." He's like, "Yeah, and from what I hear, he damn well deserved it." He said, "You get that guy down here, or I'm going to whoop your ass and everyone on the way to his office."
And police escort off the premises.
No, back then, it was a little different in those days.
True.
And he was like, "Okay, if I reinstate your kids and, everything will be fine, that's exactly what I want." And that was the end of the story. Yeah, it was... Things were a little crazier when I was a kid.
Speaking of crazy kid school stories, Maya got some blood and put it on herself so she could pretend she was dead. She said she saw her friend full of blood and she got blood and put it on herself. It's kind of weird how it's worded in there.
Well,
But it's talking about her friends being shot and dead and her covering herself. I can just imagine it, she's sitting there looking at her friend going, "Maria! Thank you." And she's like, does this war crawl?
I'm gonna lay here and play dead. I mean, very, very, very smart move. Very screwed up situation to go through. It's going to take a few years of counseling on that one.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, she's still
I'm more
alive.
worried if she doesn't need it.
Yeah, well.
Okay. Let's get out of this little area and into this nice little bullshittery. So, I waited for an update on this one, and this is the update. But basically, there was a place, a university was having...
Well, it said the name up there, so Wesleyan.
Oh, and this happened on my fucking birthday. Of course it did. Baseball game. I had to sit there and find which one it was fucking at, but no, it's like basically this university having a baseball game, and the opponents, said that the Gatorade tasted god awful, whatnot, and they checked it and they found fucking paint mixed in with it.
Yeah, that's...
At first they thought it was paint thinner.
Ooh.
Which would have been far worse.
Yeah.
But, and it's just kind of this area of... Now they're arresting a 12-year-old child. I'm sorry, what?
How did a kid wander through a college carrying a can of paint? And
able to get to a locked area quickly enough.
Yeah.
That, in between checking for, they clean the dugouts daily.
Well, no, wasn't this in the locker room?
Yeah, locker room.
They usually have that quarantined off, to where only the players can go in and out, maybe a little bit of press or something. But they usually have guards, people watching it to where, the fans don't go in there and all that.
Do they not normally fill the Gatorade the same day as the game?
Yeah.
So in order for all that to happen, and then they're blaming I honestly think that somebody is throwing the 12-year-old under the bus to save the team or something, because the minor will get a slap on the wrist, spend time in Bob Johnson's, but it won't go on their permanent record. Whereas if an adult got arrested on this, that's attempted homicide charges.
Yeah.
You're in jail for
a while.
Yeah. Minimum 5, maximum's 50.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Never checked on it because I wasn't ever intending to kill nobody.
Says the body's in your backyard.
Hey.
Allegedly. No, we have proof.
Yeah, I know. But I was never arrested for that.
You were cleared of all charges.
Yes.
And most of the money in your bank account.
Yeah.
Which may or may not have been related.
Not related.
I'm joking. Yeah. But,
oh, my Lord.
Ohio deputy encounters drunk Amish guy slumped over and moving buggy. Okay, so where I'm from, we actually have an entire community of Amish and Mennonite people.
Yeah.
So when we're driving on the highway, we do see Amish people just kind of sitting there and hanging the fuck out.
Yeah. Driving their tractors down the road.
Oh no, we've got the horse and buggy and all that.
Oh yeah. But nowadays
what gets me is they have electrical lights on them now.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, back in the 90s, one of them got hit out here. So they made them put the lights on them if they was going to be driving them at night. Black buggy and the horse.
But religion.
Well,
they had that exception up until the 90s.
Yeah, they don't have to wear seatbelts. They can fill a horse trailer full of folding chairs, put 10 families in the back, and drive that down the highway. Tell me how that's safe. If I did that, oh man. I would be in so much trouble.
You know how that's safe? You have the passengers with enough common sense to know when to grab the fucking ledge. Tractors don't go that fast.
Yeah, but say a big truck drifted over or something and hit that horse trailer.
I guarantee you.
That's why they made them put the lights on the buggy. It was at night, and the buggies are all black. I've never seen anything but a black buggy. Have you?
Brown, dark brown.
A springboard or a buggy?
It was a buggy, but it was real dark brown.
Okay.
I think it was before they painted it. They had the lacquer on it to seal it.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm using a technicality for my own advantage here, but then again, until my grandmother died, I never saw a white hearse.
Well, go up to Ho-Town, they got them.
But now it was fucking Amish drunk bastard. Like,
Passed out in his buggy. Hey, the horse knows its way home, damn it.
I know.
The original self-driving vehicle. As long as you stay in the saddle, it'll get you home. A horse will always go to the barn.
Oh, sweet. We got a like. Thank you.
Cool.
I don't know who left it, but thank you.
Amish man. I wonder what the cop was like. Do I write a ticket? How do I,
Attempted to stop the buggy. Ohio was unsuccessful and told other officers that the driver looked like they were asleep. And I'm paraphrasing just to kind of make this a little less grating to... there was a Bud Light can. So, of course, they're drinking Bud Light. Drunk on Bud Light. I mean, who the fuck?
Hey, we drink Bud Light at work.
And then proceed to drive home.
Yeah.
This person tried and failed. Rode by, said there's a Bud Light can sitting in the damn buggy, and I hit the side of the buggy and he hollered at the guy. He passed clean out. And that's pretty much all it says. So apparently Bud Light.
Well, Amish aren't, real drinkers, so, a can or two would probably put one under the table.
Now myself, I fell victim to my father's shenanigans when I was young. And my father had this beer that he'd half drank, set on the table out on a hot summer day in the sunlight.
Oh.
And, I was off playing as a kid, happy-go-lucky. But by the end of it, I went up to Dad and I'm kind of thirsty. Can I have some of your drink? Not thinking about it, not knowing what it was.
Yeah.
He goes, my beer, you sure? And I don't really care what it is. I'm thirsty,
What's beer? Okay, whatever. I don't care.
And he hands me this beer that has been out in the fucking
100 degrees.
Reserved 100 degrees. It was middle of summer, fucking 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Sunlight.
Oh my
all that.
Lord.
And I took one huge gulp because I was thirsty.
Yeah.
I have not been able to drink beer since.
Probably a good thing.
Not really, because beer helps your tits grow.
Yeah, well.
I don't get me wrong, despite how small they look, they're actually quite decently sized.
Well, mine should be huge. Oh.
I've got a big frame, otherwise, I'm rocking D's technically.
Yeah, bra sizes are weird.
Well, I'm just talking the cup.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I've measured the cup.
But,
that's what my measurements
on a
are.
32-inch chest, a D's are huge.
But
On a 42-inch chest, these are, mosquito bites.
I mean, because I need to go on a diet and do some more exercising. I'm currently sitting at a 39 underbust, thank you. So, I'm in between the two numbers you listed.
Okay, enough drunk Amish guy. That's still hilarious.
It is. Surprised it wasn't Kansas. Okay, so the thing that I used for the thumbnail.
Oh, this one's never going to get into China. How do you... I mean, Winnie the Pooh was one of the most innocent... Oh, there may be some other people more sick and twisted than we are.
No, I could totally see that. But, Winnie the Pooh Winnie the Pooh themed horror movie, Blood and Honey, reimagines childhood classic. There's not a whole lot really to read on this. It's just kind of, it is what it is.
But yeah.
But apparently Winnie the Pooh has gone into public domain.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he's really that old?
Makes you feel old, don't it?
Eh.
So now you can take the characters, you know, Piglet, Owl, Tigger.
Tigger is made out of rubber. Or bounce about. God.
Wasn't Tigger actually originally a play on African American stereotypes?
I think so.
Yeah, he was like a racist character.
Yeah,
just
kind of.
disguised as.
And then there was Eeyore. Oh well.
Well, that's fucking depression in a
Yeah.
nutshell. Like,
Winnie the Pooh himself was just kind of dumb.
I personally like the original theory that the kid just has schizophrenia and they're all just stuffed animals.
Well, yeah.
But no, it's just kind of. In the picture there, I'll scroll down a little bit. You can see there's a bear in the backdrop and a pig and then a girl. I gotta say, Christopher got some real good work done.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was bad taste. I love it.
Christopher Robin is now very, very hot. Okay, according to that picture, in a couple of different ways.
Went from Christopher to Christine.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Is
Good
it?
movie.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind having that car.
Treat it with love. It'll be alright. God, I had a truck similar to that. It only let 2 females in it.
I used to have a Roadrunner like that. I mean, I swear to God, that car was possessed. We'd be driving down the road, and my buddy one time, Lance, when I was going to college, he reaches up and he slaps the dash. He goes, "This old piece of shit amazes me about that time it went bleh." I'm like, "I told you not to curse my car. You know, it's got an attitude." He's like, "Ah, bullshit." Wouldn't run. So we walk back to the college. Next day, he brings me out. I get in the car. Old girl fires right up. We go back to the college. He gets in. I go to start the car. Won't fucking start. We tried it several times. It's just coincidence. And then it kind of became, this is actually pretty fucking creepy.
It kind of reminds me of old Buttercup. Now, Buttercup was my mom's truck originally, and it got passed down to me, and then eventually it got sold off to the farm, literally. But it was this butterscotch color 1978 model GMC truck with a 1968 car motor in it.
Yeah.
It literally,
Yeah,
I had to use lead additive.
Yeah, back in those days, hell, you know, the engine didn't interchange on anything. They were simple back then.
Oh, it was fucking hilarious because my stepfather would work on that thing before it was mine. The hood closed on him and he kept working underneath the hood. There was plenty of room to work in it, and I look at cars nowadays and I'm like, how the fuck do you make that shit fit?
Everything's so packed in. Well, that keeps a Snap-on tool dealer in business. They can make special tools that'll reach down in there and take one bolt out. So you buy $100 tools so you can remove one bolt in a car in a timely manner. Otherwise, you know, you take 2 hours taking everything apart so you can get to that one bolt.
Look, it's things like that make me happy to know that my boyfriend just finished college for working in automotives.
Yeah, well.
So, you know, like, he's naturally going to have to deal with the tools. Okay, here you go.
Yep, fix it. I broke it, you fix it. I wish I could do that. I'm always the ones that everybody says, "I broke it, here, come fix this for me."
Actually, in truth, is how horrible I am. It's like, I'll be working on it, and like, I need this tool. Hey, honey! I need a... I don't know what size bolt that is. Come on here, come look. But I need a tool.
If it's a bolt that big.
Actually, I'm worse because I know the dimensions of my finger pretty well. I will literally push my finger onto the bolt head, pull it up, it'll leave an imprint, and I'll go grab the fucking... I shit you not.
This is a wrench I need. Okay, well, hey, whatever works.
It does. It works, you know, but I lost track of my own train of thought.
Improvise, adapt, and overcome.
Oh, yeah, I was talking about Buttercup. So Buttercup, which, again, you know, passed down to me, it was... Only 2 women were ever allowed in this car. And I say women lightly. One was my mother. Half was me. Yeah, freak of nature.
Women.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, wait. 2.5 men, 1.5 women. Yeah, okay.
Oh, that'd be great. But no, I digress, though. You know, it's like, okay, so I had a lot of female friends growing up, surprisingly.
So did I. I mean, I always hung out with the girls.
But whenever they'd get in the truck, it would die. Yo, and like, okay. And then they'd get out and it'd start.
Yeah.
Not a problem. And as soon as they got back in the car,
yeah.
Like, sit there, they're like, all right, drive around the block. Maybe it's not getting gas properly or something. Drive it around the block, pull up, have the door open. It's been running fine without a stop at all. And all of a sudden, you know, they get in and it just dies again. And it's like, no, the truck was very jealous is what it was.
Yeah, it was like, that's what my old Roadrunner was. It was like, this, I just can't wrap my mind around this car is actually this way. But yeah, ever since he smacked her and said, you know, the old piece of shit, I can't believe, you know, he never could get in that car again. It wouldn't start, even if it was running. We might make it to the exit and it just die. Yeah. And it would not start. I don't know.
So funny story, originally my sister was actually supposed to get that truck. And my brother was down in Texas at the time, so instead of going to my sister, who couldn't start it, went to me. And of course, you know, all points being made, I was Mom's favorite in the end. What's worse is she told that not only to me, but to my siblings' faces.
Ooh.
While I was in the room.
Ow! Just a major bitch slap there.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they had it coming.
Well, yeah, I mean...
My mother was fucking great. She was savage, though.
Yeah.
Like, whenever my brother would piss her off, like, my brother, when he was born, Mom kept telling the doctor that she had to shit. Doctor, no you don't, it's because you're having contractions and you're trying to push out the baby. She goes, no, I know, I've had one child, I know for a fact that I've got to shit. Doctor, oh, you're full of it, yada yada.
Yeah, I am, I'm full of shit, right now. It needs to be unloaded.
More or less. So when my brother was born, Mom shat on the fucking operating table at the same time.
Well...
So whenever my brother would piss her off, she'd go, they flushed the wrong fucking child.
Oh.
It was fucking, yeah, I mean, she was savage, but, oh God, she was awesome.
It sounds about like my mom. I remember, you know, going home, at the time we had a 79 Thunderbird, and there was 4 of us kids in the back seat. And I was right behind Mom. Well, Kimmy kept mouthing off, and then Junior got involved in it. And I think, yeah, it was Ross, because I think Dina was sitting in the front. And they were all 3 mouthing off, and Mom said, if you don't shut the hell up, I'm going to backhand all of you. Me, when she said that, I just kind of hunkered down in the corner. I says, you know, because I knew what was coming. And they're like, you can't get all of us. About that time, just one swipe got all 3 of them. They were like, she goes, you want some more now? Damn it, shut the hell up.
Kind of reminds me of Mom from Futurama. Slaps all 3 of the kids.
Yep.
Good times.
Yeah, you didn't mess with my mama.
Hey, I pulled off an impossible feat. Your mama liked me from the get-go.
Yeah, which is, she's always very, very skeptical of people.
Alright, so we went from a funny title to a fucked up one.
Yeah, this is...
So I'm going to touch on this one quickly and then we'll move on to the next. But mom fatally shot 6-year-old son, hid his body in trunk of car. Like, this is society. Oh, we have a message here.
What is wrong with these people?
There's a dot on the pregnancy charts that indicates average height, weight, etc. My sister was born. All of those dots. So the ongoing theme was you were born average, went downhill. Savage. Hey, Mr. Mouse. I recognize you from the server.
Thank God for cool moms. We were raised and nothing really gets under our skin.
If memory serves, I believe Mr. Mouse is Australian.
Oh, so he's going to put another shrimp on the bobby.
Hey, be respectful.
I know, I'm just kidding. I make a joke out of anything, okay?
I mean, they've heard it a million times. You know that.
Yeah.
At least be creative about it.
Well, okay, the lobster gets a hold of the... Oh, wait.
Yep. Okay, so I'll shut up because you agree with Vic. Alright. But now...
Yeah, that's really, really disturbing.
I would never be cruel to the height challenged, right?
Yeah, I think he's mean. He wouldn't be mean to the short people.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I wish I was shorter.
Hey, you could be me.
Well, I
Fucking shrink from 6'2" to 5'9.5" without any explanation.
Well, I went from 5'10" to 5'11" to 5'10", so.
Well, that's 1 inch.
Yeah, well, it was 14-foot fall.
And you had an explanation.
Yeah.
The doctors are looking at me and going, "What the fuck?" Shrimp equals short. Yeah. God, Mom used to play this song. Because, now, bear in mind, my mother was like 5'5", 5'6". And apparently every inch counts. I mean, I hear that a lot from men. But no, Mom was like 5'5", 5'6". My sister was 5'4", 5'5", you know, somewhere in there. And there's this song called "Short People Have No or they're..." Oh God, horrible song. Basically saying how short people don't have any right.
Okay. So.
And she would play that. She had that set as a ringtone for my sister.
Oh my Lord. I got cousins in the family that, you know, one of them was like 4'5". Her daughter's bigger than she is. She's 4'7".
You think about it. I was the youngest of 3, and before the Great Shrinkening happened, that's what I'm calling that. But I was the tallest and the skinniest.
Oh my Lord.
I gotta tell you, I'm not exactly thin.
Have you seen my gut?
Not lately. It went on vacation.
Yeah, but this is, I mean...
$5 million in ancient art at Dallas Museum of Art destroyed by man mad at his girl. I mean,
that was a costly argument.
I
Yikes!
know, right? I mean, mostly we're reacting to a lot of headlines here.
Yeah.
But, you know...
You stupid... Oh, shit. I broke my phone. Well, your phone's the least of your worries, dude. That painting was $5 million. What?
Oh, I don't think it was paintings. That looks like pottery. It looks like,
Yeah.
looks like
Looks
potentially...
like a vase.
Well, you got the vase, you got...
What is that?
You got an art of a dolphin, I'm assuming.
Okay.
And
I'll
then
go with
like
that.
a little holder dealy.
Did he break all three of them?
I'm assuming.
That was a hell of a throw.
Either that or he kicked the fucking pedestal they were on and they all just kind of...
Yeah, could be.
But no, I mean, it's like, seriously.
Well,
I've had anger moments while on the phone. I've thrown many a phone.
Yeah.
And I've gotten better.
No, I've learned it. It took me a lot of years.
I now only put a fist through a wall about once a year. Used to be once a week.
Yeah, I used to do that. I got my anger under control. I learned how to woosah.
They were used as early historical records too, so that museum is going to be pissed.
But yeah, they were definitely, I mean, you know he's going, bitch, you owe me, bitch, you owe me.
And
if he had anger management problems before, I would have loved to have seen the aftermath of when he got the bill.
I mean,
and got arrested.
That's a third of what Amber Heard had to pay out.
Yeah.
Right there.
Just because she got mad. Trust me, get your anger under control, you do stupid shit.
Mm-hmm. But now...
Yeah, I parked my 4x4 on top of my wife's and her boyfriend, El Camino. That one cost me $5,000.
Still, that's a drop in the bucket compared.
Yeah, well, this was years ago. Well, that was just to pay the guy for his car. And a damn good attorney. So it actually cost me a hell of a lot more.
Nah, fuck, man, that's historical. That shit can't be replaced.
No. I mean, they could... There's people that can repair it, but it's still lost its value even after it's been repaired.
Well, the thing is that there's part of that where you're destroying the original.
Yeah.
Of something that can't be restored properly by the people who created it.
Yeah.
They're long dead.
Yeah. Well, it says ancient, so, a couple of thousand years, what are you going to do?
So, it's like...
We're going to go to the grave of the guy, and we're going to steal some of his DNA and clone him and have him come back and rebuild him.
But you can clone someone and they won't have the same memories. You gotta have the guy sitting there going, rice, chicken, rice, rice, chicken, rice, rice, chicken. Oops, wrong cock. Get my nasty foot off screen.
That's how the Japanese say AIDS, Wong Ho.
Yeah. Here. No. Don't.
What'd you do, kill it?
I
haven't touched it, so you cannot blame it on me.
I accidentally closed the tab that I was trying to click on.
Oh.
But thankfully, there's this nice little feature where I can, reopen close tab. Yay! Paint at the pump. Gas costs nearly $10 a gallon at this Californian station. And I was reading through this article because, again, I don't want to sit there and go monotone and drone on reading these articles.
Yeah.
But basically, it's talking. There's a handful of gas stations that are owned by the same umbrella company, and they're charging $2-3 more per gallon of gas.
Well, yeah, but California's got their own special mix of gas too.
Oh, I imagine.
So, yeah, that's part of the reason why it's more expensive. And I've heard reports, and I haven't talked to my brother, because he lives out there, but they have reprogrammed the pump for the $10 digit. So, they're expecting it to get 10, 11, 12. And they say, buy electric cars.
I saw one of those the other day.
I've seen a lot of them out on the road, but I spend my day on the road.
Yeah, I spend my day at home working from my computer for usually like 10 to 11 hours a week, making a couple grand. So
Yeah, bite me, bitch. Yeah, there's a little red Tesla I meet every day.
it's just going and not even suitable gorging. Oh, that's just gorging and not even suitable gorging. Gouging, sorry.
Yeah.
Yay, dyslexia. Gouging, yeah, I know. And Vic and I were actually having a conversation about the gouging. And yes, the war has part of it. I say war, I can't say war. It's technically not a war.
Well, they are at war with Russia.
But basically, there's an embargo on Russian oil.
Yeah.
And that does affect price a little bit.
Yeah.
Then turn around, like Mr. Mouse there says, they're gouging. They're price gouging. Because they are showing nothing but record profits. Now, if they were to sit there, raise up the price to kind of match the inflation from the embargo, they wouldn't be showing soaring amounts of profit.
Well,
They'd
I don't know.
making-
I want to dig into this one a little bit further because I know there is a little bit, but I've worked in the patch. I know a lot of what goes on this. And yeah, there's a lot more to it than just a little bit of price gouging.
I ain't corruption on all levels, but that's nothing new.
Jeez. There's no corruption, Democrats. I mean, what's his name? Just got found not guilty.
I gotta tell you, you want to talk to corruption with the Democrats? I could say
there's
talk
corruption
about
with the Republicans too. I mean,
but this is my counter argument to all that. Corruption starts with the politicians. Period. I don't fucking care what side you're on.
I think some of them go into Washington, and when they very first get there, they're like,
they're
"Yes,
indoctrinated.
we're going to make a change. We're going to do this," and then they're like, "No, you can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Come with me, and I'll show you how this is done."
Hey, no, honestly,
And then they wave big stacks of $100 bills in front of them, and they go, "Okay, well, I can do this and get this, so yeah, there we go."
I honestly think what we should do is get a third party that's like the UN, like get someone from England to train Americans that are in the political system how to do the politics proper. The actual structure.
I don't know, they're kind of corrupt themselves too.
But with it being a third party that's out of country, they have less to gain from lying.
Yeah.
That's why I say that. And have them teach it. Then when they're done with all their classes and they're ready to take up office.
Well, most of these are college-educated people. Some of them I wonder how they made it through college, but most of that takes an ethics class.
Ethics class in America, right? No, I mean before they're graduated from college, like have their college out of fucking country. A third fucking party. That way, they don't have that initial corruption that comes with the politicians going, "Hey, I see you're running for office."
Yeah.
And then as soon as they're all trained, overseas, fly them all back in at once, and then go in, round up all the current politicians, arrest them, because I'm not saying what I want to say.
Well,
Arrest them, take them
there
out.
might be 2 or 3 left in our Senate.
That's what I'm saying, is you have all the people ready to go, but not tell the old folks about it.
Yeah, but that can never happen because we have to vote for it. And people are stupid, they keep voting for the same idiots.
Yeah, you know why? Because people go, "Oh, well, red's better than blue." Or blue's better than
You know what?
red.
I really don't care.
Neither do I, but the
I'll vote
masses
for
do.
a Republican one time, a Democrat for the other. It just depends.
I vote independent a lot.
Yeah. Well,
Mostly out of spite, but, fuck these people.
Yeah, I mean, it just... I don't know.
Okay, so enough politics for right now. It's Instead, let's talk about politics. No, I mean... stupid ad. Go away.
Go get...
I clicked the X, you fucker.
What the hell? That just looks wrong.
It is wrong, and it's not letting me fucking close out of the ad, so refreshing the page.
Okay, now how the hell does this guy do this? This is insane.
So apparently he actually has, like, he doesn't really hurt the women, and he only takes one shoe.
That'd suck if he was wearing 3-inch pumps. Don't.
I mean, look, I'm not looking to gain back my 6'2", okay, sweetie? But,
yeah, but still, I mean, how does he get them?
well, one, okay. Suspect followed 24-year-old woman into a mixed commercial and residential building in Brooklyn and removed her right shoe before taking off. So, took it off, ran. Okay.
What did he do, grab her leg and go, boom? I mean...
And then turn around, February 9th. The victim was going up a street staircase at the Grand Army subway station in Brooklyn again, when the man ripped the left Nike sneaker off her foot and took off. It was, by the way, another 24-year-old woman. The suspect then ran into the train station, jumped the turnstile, and fled into the train. Turn around on May 24th, the suspect removed the... Oh, we got more?
Yeah, suck horses. She's wearing stilettos. Yeah.
Lost my place, sorry. Suspect removed the left shoe of a 24-year-old woman inside Rego Center shopping at Queens. Like, none of them were hurt.
Yeah, but, I mean, if you were one of them gals and, now I can see maybe how you could get it on the staircase, reach up and snatch it as she was walking by.
I was reading it at one point, and apparently he'd, pushed her over a little bit onto a ledge thingy, so as to grab it on one of them.
Knocked her off balance, her feet came up in the air, and then snagged one.
But they're all 24-year-old women. Exactly 24.
I mean, what's he doing with these things?
I don't know. Probably trying to...
Scratch and sniff? I mean, come on.
Maybe that, or he wants to look pretty.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a matching pair. I mean, is he a one-legged dude?
No, it doesn't say that, but who knows? Maybe he was trying to go for the, how they have mix-match socks.
Yeah, well, okay.
Mismatched shoes.
Trying to start a new trend? Okay.
Maybe.
That's not the right size. That's not... Hey! But, I mean, how does he all know they're 24? That's kind of creepy.
Well, I mean, he's following them for Lord knows how long, so I'm assuming he's getting information ahead of time.
Yeah.
And they're several months apart between incidents. So it's like, okay, well, that is kind of fucking creepy. And this happens
in Brooklyn?
Yeah. All 3 attacks were in Brooklyn.
Hey, Tosh, be careful. You're about the right age. You might get your shoes stolen.
I doubt Tosh watches our show.
Yeah, no, she don't.
Fuck you, Ed.
She gets mad at me because, well...
Okay, so this is a story I find fucking hilarious. I love it. Cat graduates from college after attending every Zoom lecture with its owner. And I'm an avid watcher / fan / creator of the fan game of Isekai for the Something Witty Entertainment server and community. All I gotta say is that's like Dawn Fluffles waiting to happen. First college, then the nerve gear.
Oh boy.
Not quite the same cat, but let's start somewhere.
gets an honorary degree. Is it wearing a gown too?
Yes, she went out and she found a cap and gown that fit her cat and was close to the same colors as hers. Let's see if I can find a picture. There we go.
Oh, hell. That's funny.
Like,
hey, you're so dumb, my cat has a diploma.
my cat's smarter than you. It's got a fucking degree. How about you?
Yeah.
Like, oh god, my roommate. Fucking, I told her about this story, and she's like, "Fucking seriously? Animals are showing me up now?" I love it.
Oh, what's the world coming to?
Fur and Fury. So this was a fun one. Very unlucky Indian couple sues son for $675,000 for not giving them a grandchild. Now, I was kind of reading into this story, and it's initially in rupees. At first, I thought it said ruples, but no, it's rupees. No, it's not from the land of Hyrule. But
I wonder what the exchange rate is.
it's supposed to be like 5 million rupees. Or 500 million rupees.
For what?
For the same price. That's what they were asking for, was like 500 million rupees.
Oh, geez. Wow.
But no, it's like, there's no excuse actually given at any point for why they say that the kid owes them that beyond, oh, well, we paid for college, things decent fucking adults do for their children.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it if it's like, okay, their college was astronomical and it was a stupid degree that didn't give them any money, and you had to sell your left, right, and third testicle to get the money. Okay, I can kind of see.
Yeah, but I mean, if she was sterile, if he was sterile, how do you sue your kids for not giving you a grandchild? That's just...
So they'll drop the charges if they get a grandchild within 1 year. But they've been married for 6 years.
And I mean...
In an arranged marriage. So these people didn't want to be married.
Yeah. That could be part of it.
There you go.
What's that?
77.5 or 0.50 to 1
U.S. rupees. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Jeez, our fans are actually checking stuff for us.
Makes you feel a little guilty, don't it?
Hey.
It's
at least
convenient.
they're involved.
Yes, yes, I appreciate that. The
Yes.
algorithm helps me that way. But I tease. It's actually a good show. But
Yeah.
an arranged marriage, the kid doesn't want to be in the marriage, from my understanding.
Yeah, maybe she's a bitch and he's an ass. You know?
Or maybe he's gay, she's a lesbian.
It could be anything. Well, okay, well, it's an arranged marriage. We got to do this, and they try, and nothing happens. I mean, it's a different culture. We don't get it.
Oh, it actually gets worse because there's countries over in India and China where they don't have sex ed proper, and they don't teach anything. And there was an actual documented case where 2 people went in to see a doctor because they've been trying for years to conceive, and they couldn't conceive, so they finally consulted a medical doctor. And apparently the guy's been putting up her butt thinking that's the hole, and...
Oops! Well, what was the other one, I mean...
When you pissed out, you wouldn't shove something up your pee hole, would you?
Well, okay, maybe. I mean, I thought that... I've met a lot of Indian people, and they're pretty damn smart. That's just not something that I would ever think you'd be dumb enough to...
They don't teach it, is the thing. And, You
have the internet.
It's limited in a lot of countries.
Well, yeah, this is true. Yeah, okay.
So
They may not have porn access, just
I mean, fuck,
willy-nilly.
Japan censors everything that's downstairs. Specifically pubic hair. Like, if they're shaved, they're okay showing the privates. I know, right? And this is from a country...
If you use the lawnmower... Oh, wait, that's an...
what's fucked up is this is from the same country that the legal age of consent is 12. And a tentacle fetish.
Okay, well, that's their culture. We can't bash it. We might think it's weird or whatever, but,
I mean, I'm an avid anime fan.
Yeah.
I love a lot of their culture. I loved a lot of the fucked up parts of it. The age of consent's a little, but...
Yeah, well...
I mean, I get kind of part of that is, it was originally done back in the ye olden days,
Yeah, and they're very, very cultural and traditional. And
right, and back when samurais were a thing and shoguns existed.
Yeah.
The arranged marriages, and people didn't live to be that old back then.
Yeah.
So the sooner...
If you made it to 40, you were the wise one.
I haven't made it there yet.
I wish I could go
I'm
back
getting
there.
close. God, I'm getting close. Ugh.
They always told me, take care of yourself, take care of yourself. You'll regret this shit when you're older. You know what? You better listen to us old farts, because we know what we're talking about.
Okay, enough awkward silence there. So this is one you'll love.
Grandma's a badass.
Yeah. Oh. There's an update that
raises
the
it
font's
to
really small.
16 to 18 unless they're both that young. Okay.
Okay. Good to know that they're updating it to a degree.
Yeah. Which is, really hard to do in that culture because they are so set in their ways.
Oh, yeah. It's a very traditional heavy culture. And oh, God,
Americans should do a little bit of that. We
to
just
an extent.
Yeah, but the world now and when I grew up, life was simple when I grew up.
Yes, but of course, when you grew up, they were still rubbing sticks together to create fire.
Not quite that old. We had matches, damn it.
Yeah, you're rubbing a stick on a box of sticks.
All right. You got me on that one. Hey, I used a lot of magnifying glasses. But yeah, this is why we have guns in this country. They are the great equalizer. I'm a fighter. 70-year-old Florida woman shoots, kills alleged intruder at her home. I can't blame her.
Why is that going through your head, brain?
Uh-oh.
You had said, about you had the magnifying glasses, and my brain went concave or convex, and it reminded me of a fucking...
Convex.
No, it's a fucking poem thingy.
Oh.
It's,
Yeah,
they invented a fucking
our
machine.
trains just go...
ADHD, it's fun. But they invented a fucking machine. Concave or convex, it took either sex and played with itself in between.
Oh my lord.
But the Swedes have as many guns and a fraction of the gun deaths per capita.
Yeah. But they take mental health more seriously too. I think that's a lot of it. Matter of fact, everybody says, oh, America's number one in, mass shootings. No. We're number 8 in the G20.
We're number 1 in the crazy fuckers.
Well, you do have the rednecks that,
I mean, I live in the
I'm
middle
gonna
of
go jump in the swamp. I'm gonna get me that alligator.
Hey, you leave my grandmother out of this.
Hey, I've seen it happen. I got family that are from the South.
No, seriously, my fucking grandma, she's like 82 now. 82, 83. She doesn't look it. Oh my god, she looks amazing for her age. But, fucking, I was asking her about, gators, whatnot. And she goes, yeah, they don't come in my land anymore. Darn shame, because they were fucking tasty. She scared them off of her property by eating them.
Well, I mean,
She
gator
used to
is
hunt
good.
them. Yeah. Why treat what you can incarcerate? Yeah. That is true. It's a fucking business.
Yeah. But we're like 80 something in the world.
Well, I mean,
okay.
they make a good point about, the incarceration, because there are countries out there that it's fucking, basically you live at the prison, but you go out of the prison.
Yeah.
You don't have a band. You don't have anything like that. You don't show up, they come get you. But
yeah, well, we have that here.
no, that's their standard prison. That's fucking murderers have that. And it actually rehabilitates them.
Well,
and it's like proof that you can rehabilitate some of the worst fucking people in the world. And they don't repeat offend.
yeah.
That's the amazing part.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, you lock somebody up in prison here, they either end up with the blacks, with the whites, or with the Mexicans. Or the very small group of Indians. But, it just festers hate and, in prisons.
Discontent.
Yeah.
But part of that is, they're forcing people that are all horrible. It's like putting people in horny jail for being horny. Everyone in there is horny, so they're gonna fuck. I'm sorry, that's how that works.
Yeah.
But America doesn't care about that anymore. Like, I was talking to my boyfriend, right? And I asked him, because he was saying, put them in prison where they belong, yada, yada, yada. I go, what do you think prison's for? To punish people. No, it's not. It's like, yes, it is. The founding of the prison system was meant to rehabilitate individuals so they can function back in society.
Yeah.
After paying their time.
Well, that's why we're absolutely desecrating this because we don't have prisons.
We have jails.
No, we have correctional facilities.
Oh, that's even worse.
It's kind of like shell shock, post-traumatic stress disorder. Carlin did a great piece on that. I wish he was still around because I want... Sorry, Dave Chappelle, but Carlin was a badass. I would love to see you two on stage together.
But now getting back to the original story, because
Yeah.
squirrel! But
Yeah. Then there's a whole bunch of squirrels on that one, too.
I know. I don't even remember where we went. That's how bad. 70-year-old woman, she fired a warning shot after a stranger had walked into her home. I was reading on this, and we've talked about this before, on because I went over the stories with you last week, and then you passed out and whatnot. I like to think we took Memorial Day weekend off, but no. This one passed out on us. But no, she, basically, her husband had a gun pointing at the guy. The guy didn't flinch. And the husband wasn't going to shoot. So she said, "Oh, fuck this." Went and grabbed another gun, went up and said, "Boom, get the fuck out of my house." And the guy goes, "No." So she shot him.
Well, they always say Florida man. Of course it was Florida. Well, maybe you shouldn't screw with the Florida women either.
I mean...
I'm kind of wondering.
I think it's a population thing, because, like... Could you imagine someone going into your mom's house?
Oh. Yeah.
See, the Florida woman is praying to God for forgiveness, and she feels horrible about shooting and killing a man. Your mama...
Yeah, she'd be like, "Come get this rotten motherfucker out of my house."
Don't get me wrong, my mother would have been sad it would have been over so quick. You gotta remember, she bopped my father over the head with a cast iron skillet because he wouldn't stop pestering her.
Yeah. And they make There is a very unique sound when a cast iron skillet meets a skull.
I vaguely remember. I vaguely remember the skillet too, because we always had this one skillet that had a weird dent in it, like it bumped up a little bit, and it was like, God, this is an old skillet. And as kids, that's all we thought. It was an old skillet. It had been bumped around a bit. I got older, and I heard that story about 1,000 times before I finally go, wait a minute.
Is that?
Oh my God!
Wow!
Yeah, I looked at Mom and go, look, Mom, it's the brain damage you gave me while I was still in my father. Oh, wait, that sounds wrong. While I was still twinkling my father's eye. There we go.
Oh, boy. Well, you know, just don't screw around, because you never know. You know, an armed population is a polite...
Really quick, I just had to thank you profusely for correcting that.
What?
Because the images in my mind had me halfway running, wanting to run to the bathroom to puke.
What?
Bye-bye.
And now it's the voice of my roommate. She's not on camera tonight.
Which one did we correct?
Me being in my father.
Oh. Well, you know, it depends on how you take it sometimes.
I mean, I don't know about my father, but he might take it up the ass. I don't know. I've never asked him. I don't want to know.
I left it wide open, and you just ran through the door.
Look, we are talking about a man.
Yeah, well, okay.
Oh, okay. Fuck what my father did. I hear her cursing, but I can't hear what she's saying. But my mother insisted that I know that she stood on her head and jiggled after they completed the deed so that I could be conceived. So yeah, you know, I've not exactly had a good start with my own mental, where's that boundary of where you shut the fuck up?
Well, you know, your mom sounds kind of like maybe that's why we like, you know, we're friends and stuff, you know, it just...
Now, to her defense, she was putting an end to an argument because I was saying, you know, that I wasn't a wanted child. Because, I kid you not, her nickname for me growing up was Little Boo Boo. Which, you know, you hear boo boo, you think mistake.
Yeah.
And, no.
Not the type of boo boo she meant.
Nope.
Oh, boy.
So it's just kind of this. I will have you know, after your father splooged at me, I got on my head and jiggled to make sure that shit took it. I'm like, oh God, Mom, no!
Stop, please. Whoa, I don't want to know any more information. TMI, Mom. What's TMI? Okay, never mind.
And this coming from the same woman who years later didn't know what a brown bag special was and had to have her mother explain it to her.
Oh, boy.
Good times.
Oh.
Yay, sidetrack.
What else do we have?
That was the last story.
That was the last story? Okay. Well.
So now we're just kind of bullshitting.
Oh. It's dead air.
Dead air. Dead air. Dead air. Dead air. Dead air. Dead air. Dead air. Fucking Pink
Oh, we
Panther.
think way too much alike. Oh.
I'm sorry, I'm rocking your hat. My hair is greasy as hell, and I don't want to see it. Don't want it seen on TV. Yeah, that shows my age right there. Don't want it shown on TV. Fucking internet.
Well,
I mean,
maybe we should tell our followers, you know, thank you and good night. And
oh, are you calling it quits, huh?
yeah, next week we'll come up with some more twisted and insane crap.
I mean, next week we'll probably have my roommate on, and we can talk about the guy who grew a penis on his arm.
Yeah, that's right. She wanted that one.
Yeah,
I want to hear what she has to say about that.
yeah, I literally put that on the back burner for her. So, but yeah. Thank you guys. Suppose we'll see you next week.
Have a good one. Enjoy yourself. Be safe out there.
Boy.
And have some fun.
But not too much fun. We are not legally liable for it.
Well, if you have too much, they arrest you,